Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome today to my review of the Vario Empire. Cute little Art Deco style dress watch from the Singaporean brand. Now, I have reviewed several watches on the channel over the last couple of years claiming to be Art Deco inspired by various American architectural features. Not all of them, if I'm being honest, have hit the nail on the head. Certainly not in the way that this little Empire does. Now, it's called the Empire after the Empire State Building, one of the icons of Art Deco architecture. Now, I'm not going to spend the next 10 minutes telling you about the Deco movement or the finest examples thereof. I'll leave that to other watch channels. Suffice to say that I think this one gets it right. Now, full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Vario. They sent me this watch for free. I don't have to send it back. It's not the first watch that I've reviewed from the brand. If you've been here for a while, and I mean a long while, perhaps you remember a review of their Eclipse model that I made over 2 years ago. I'm delighted to say that that particular watch, the one in the video, is still in the family. I gave it to my mother-in-law and she wears it every single day and has done for the last 2 years. These watches are slightly smaller at 38mm, and I think that gives them genuine unisex appeal, or at least that's what you can tell your other half when you buy Just One More Watch. Now, you'll find a 10% discount code for this watch, Empire 10, in the description of the video if you're keen on this or the hand winder. Alright, the camera has been flipped, let's get on with the review, and no mother-in-law jokes please. I actually quite like my mother-in-law, she's a very nice lady. Okay, so Vario, in addition to selling the Eclipse and Empire watches, also sell a whole bunch of accessories as well. They were kind enough to chuck in a couple of their NATO straps and one of their, I think, unique Harris tweed straps. These are fitted onto the Eclipse but not to the Empire. It comes with an Italian grain leather strap, as you'll see. They also sell these little travel pouches, great if you want to take one watch with you on holiday, or great if you ride a bike to work and you're a little bit paranoid. You can pop your watch in one of these, pop it in the backpack. I've got a friend who does exactly that. Anyway, plenty of bits and pieces to choose from. I'll leave the link to the website in the description of the video, obviously. Alright, onto the watch then. This Empire comes in at just around $350 US. Now you take 10% off that using the code. Still about $320 US. So I guess this is not cheap. It's a bit of a special interest piece, but there aren't that many watches like this on the market. Certainly not any that really pull off the Deco look. And it does, doesn't it? I think it looks really good. I think if you're going to do a Deco style watch, it's all about the Arabics and the handset. And they've got the Arabics, they've got those numerals just perfect. Look at those 2s. They are just beautiful. And the 8 as well down there. I think you get those wrong and the watch just looks plain odd, but I think they've got them right. Now the handset, incredibly delicate, thin, skeletonized hands. Perhaps not making this watch the most legible, but it's not a diver, it's a dress watch, so I guess you can forgive it a little bit of lack of legibility for the authenticity that comes with a beautiful set of hands like that. So 38mm in diameter, less than 12mm thick. I measure it about 11.6. 46mm lug tip to lug tip, just under, with drilled lugs. So again, a really compact lug to lug. That's going to suit ladies or guys with slightly smaller wrists, or if you just like a compact watch. 20mm lug width. Now this is the Italian grain leather strap that it's supplied with. Nice taper on this from 20 all the way down to 16. On the supplied leather strap, this one weighs in at 73 grams. I weighed it, so a nice, easy, everyday watch. 316L stainless steel case crown and stainless steel case back. I'll flip you around so you can see the design on there. It's a screw down case back giving 5 atmospheres of water resistance, 50 meters. It isn't a screw down crown, but again, it's not a diver. It doesn't particularly need to be. And you've got that printed picture of the Empire State Building after which this watch was named. Usual spec sheet, designed in Singapore, stainless steel, 5 atmospheres, automatic and sapphire. It is a piece of dead flat sapphire crystal covering the dial. They claim that there is some anti-reflective coating on there. Perhaps not quite as much as I would like to have seen, but nonetheless, some is better than none. Case finish, we've got a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces. It's actually a vertical brush on the mid case, which is slightly unusual. High polish on the bezel and high polish on those vintage style lugs, drilled as I said, and a pumpkin crown, which is another nice nod to the era. But this one really is all about that pretty dial, so let's have a zoom in and have a good look at it. Plenty of textures, plenty of different layers, plenty of different colours happening here as well, but all nicely toned. It's silver, black and white. This is the tuxedo dialed variant. There are about 6 different models you can choose from. Perhaps I didn't choose the most legible one. I asked for this one. I think the hands do rather get lost against that white background, particularly the hour hand. If you want a little bit more legibility, then maybe an all black one would be a better choice. Starting from the inside then, you've got a gorgeous white guilloche pattern just with the Vario logo there. Moving out, there's a concentric black ring featuring the Arabics applied in silver, and as I said, I think those Arabics are a great choice. Moving out further still, there is a silver minute track around the outer edge, small circular markers at the minutes and slightly larger circular markers for the hours. They haven't over-branded it, they haven't overcooked it. I think they've got it right. And let's have a look at that handset then. Supremely skeletonized syringe hour hand, the most delicate hand here. You've got a lovely needle second hand with a counterbalance and a very, very elegant skeletonized minute hand pushing all the way out to that edge of the minute track. Not super legible, but really add a touch of finesse to this watch, I think, that super slim handset. The movement in the Empire is the NH38. This is the dateless variant of the NH35 by Seiko. That means we have a manual wind here. If you do want to wind it, you just roll it forward. It's not a screw down crown as I mentioned. One pull and we're straight into hacking and time set mode. No ghost date wheel, no position where the date wheel would normally be. They've chosen the correct movement for this one. 24 jewel hacking and hand winding as I just showed you. -20 to +30 variants per day. They normally sit somewhere in the middle. Roughly 40-hour power reserve. A sensible choice at the price. And there is the watch sitting on top of my 7-inch wrist. I'm going to do a couple of different wrist shots here for you today. Looks good on me, I think. As I said, compact lug to lug of 46mm means this one is definitely potentially suitable for ladies or gentlemen who have smaller wrists and will really appreciate that shorter lug to lug. Or just guys who like a slightly smaller watch. I have got plenty of sub 40s in my collection, right down to 34mm, so 38mm I think suits me nicely. Tapered Italian leather strap, as I said, it is a good one, smells good, slightly off-coloured stitching, so you get that two-tone effect on the stitching, and the Vario logo there in a high polished buckle. There we are, that's the proper overhead shot. The numerals are still nicely legible, but the handset are beginning to vanish even at this distance, so there is going to be a compromise here of legibility versus aesthetic preference. Perhaps, like I said, the black dial version would be an easier one if you are intending to wear this every day, but if it's only an occasional wear dress watch, then legibility is not paramount. Out in some natural light, yeah, there is some anti-reflective coating, but it could have done with a couple more layers, I think, especially given how skinny that little handset is. But very, very pretty. You can see the guilloche pattern, very nice colour tones across the board in this one. On wrist, 46 lug to lug, really nice on me. Not a heavy watch, nice and light, comfy leather strap as well. Moans and niggles, what am I going to complain about today? Well, I've already mentioned the legibility on about 6 occasions, so do bear that in mind if you are keen on one of these. It perhaps is not as at a glance legible as any other watch in your collection. It's also perhaps a little bit thicker than I would have liked it to be. The NH38 isn't the slimmest of movements, but there is a Miyota manual wind version which I think would suit this watch down to a T, but it's not much thinner. I know they were going for the angular look, the Empire look. They weren't going for that super curvy style, but I would have loved it if they trimmed it to about 10mm. I think that would have been great. Hard to achieve with a Seiko movement though. And then there's the price. Even with a discount, $320 means this is going to be a bit of a niche item. There are plenty of other dressy style watches that you can buy for $320. Not many of them in the Art Deco style though, I have to say. They tend to be a little bit north of that. And I've seen a lot of these out and about already. I've seen plenty of them on Instagram and elsewhere, so I think Vario have done quite well getting some of these to market. Not everybody wants to wear a big chunky dive watch on your wrist all day, every day. And for those of you who don't, one of these slightly smaller retro style watches could be just your cup of tea. So there you have it, not particularly cheap, not particularly legible, but if you've got plenty of money and great eyesight and you like the Deco look, the Vario Empire should definitely be on your shopping list. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.